Good evening. Today is Sunday, November 16th, 2025. I'm Rich Stevens, and this is the Cold Take. What you are about to hear is news from this week taken only from primary sources like press conferences and court documents. You can find those sources and attribution for every story at thecoldtake.com. We begin with politics. Late Wednesday night, President Trump signed into law a bill to reopen the government. After 43 days, the Senate passed a bill to fund the government until January 30th of 2026. The bill also provides a full fiscal year of funding to the legislative branch, the VA, and USDA. That covers SNAP through September 30th of 2026. However, it does not extend the ACA health insurance premium tax credits that Democrats pressed for. That bill passed by a 60 to 40 margin in the Senate and a 222 to 209 vote in the House. Immediately following the reopening of the government, Democrats released a trio of Epstein emails. They are accusing President Trump and his administration of attempting to cover up the Epstein files. Mike Johnson has pointed out that the Department of Justice has released 43,000 pages. H.R. 4405, introduced by Representative Ro Khanna of California, would require the DOJ to publish all unclassified records related to Jeffrey Epstein. That bill is one of several that have been submitted. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson has indicated that the House will vote on this issue soon. Today's episode of The Cold Take is brought to you by Cooking with The Cold Take, a show dedicated to whiskey and whimsy. Check out Cooking with The Cold Take for more recipes. Sunday, Texas Governor Greg Abbott announced his intention to run for re-election. Abbott suffered a spinal injury in 1984 when a tree fell on him while jogging, and he uses a wheelchair. He spoke in Houston behind a sign saying, "Let's roll." In addition to the recent constitutional amendments passed to limit taxation in Texas, Abbott is proposing changes to further lower taxation. He will attempt to require local governments to halt unnecessary spending. He wants all property tax increases to be approved by a 2/3 majority in referendum votes. Additionally, he wants to give citizens the ability to roll back property tax rates and limit the frequency of appraisals and cap increases at 3% per year. Texas taxation, say that 3 times fast. Florida officials spoke Thursday alongside federal law enforcement. They announced Operation Dirtbag, an effort to combat violence against children. In the first 10 days, 230 ICE arrests have been made in Florida. This includes 54 sexual predators, 164 sex offenders, and 2 convicted murderers. Ron DeSantis touted the operational success on X, reiterating his support for the president's immigration agenda. In current events, Tuesday, a California woman led police on a high-speed chase that covered over 170 miles. After stealing a minivan, Alyssa Wilson ran from California Highway Patrol. She is charged with felony evading and reckless disregard for public safety and felony unlawful taking of a vehicle. I don't know why it doesn't say it on the teleprompter, but she made it all the way to Mexico before they got her. Police in Lakeland, Florida held a press conference Wednesday to discuss a cold case murder from July 3rd of 2018. Cold case investigators re-interviewed witnesses and sifted through more than 70,000 pieces of digital evidence. The 14-year-old victim was murdered by his older brother during a fight. Currently being held in Georgia on unrelated charges, Rex Honors III now faces second-degree murder charges in Florida. The U.S. Geological Survey announced the eruption of Hawaii's Mount Kīlauea on Sunday. Images and video showed a dramatic plume of lava launched high in the air. USGS indicated that the eruption reached 1,200 feet into the air and expelled 8 million cubic meters of lava. They expect additional eruptions later in November. I don't know why they use feet and meters. Pick a lane. In financial news, on Wednesday, November 12, 2025, the United States Mint struck the last 1-cent coin to be circulated. After 232 years, the cost to produce the penny has risen to 3.69 cents each. The penny remains legal tender, and there is a large surplus of them in circulation. According to U.S. Coinbook, a 1943 D Lincoln wheat cent penny is the most valuable to collectors. At over $2.4 million, it's worth more than twice the next most valuable version. Markets were mixed this week. The Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 160 points, while the S&P 500 gained 6. The Nasdaq lost 104 points, and gold gained $75 per ounce. Moving to sports, Sunday, the Department of Justice announced the indictment of Emmanuel Clase and Leandro Ortiz. The pair of Cleveland Guardian pitchers are accused of throwing predetermined pitches at specific times in specific games. This allowed bettors with this knowledge to win over $400,000 on rigged bets. This occurred as recently as June 27th of this year. Charges include wire fraud conspiracy, conspiracy to influence sporting contests by bribery, and money laundering conspiracy. If convicted, the players could face as much as 65 years in prison. Staying with baseball, the MLB awards were handed out this week. Fernando Tatis Jr. won his second Platinum Glove Award. Tarik Skubal and Paul Skeens won the AL and NL Cy Young Awards respectively. And without surprise, Shohei Ohtani won the NL MVP, Hank Aaron, and Silver Slugger Awards. In the AL, Aaron Judge claimed his own Hank Aaron and Silver Slugger Award, while the media wanted to paint the race between Aaron Judge and Cal Raleigh for the AL MVP as close. The numbers say differently. While Raleigh had a great season, hitting 60 home runs with 125 RBIs, his batting average of .247 and 97 walks against 188 strikeouts did not match Judge. Aaron Judge managed 53 home runs with a batting average of .331, which led all of the majors. He played 7 fewer games, was walked 27 more times, and struck out 18 fewer. Aaron Judge is the AL MVP. In Sao Paulo, Sunday, Lando Norris led from pole. Max Verstappen took a new power unit and started from the pit lane. A twitchy restart saw Piastri, Antonelli, and Leclerc make contact. Leclerc lost a tire, ending his day before his teammate Hamilton retired on lap 37. A combination of strategy and skill brought Max Verstappen to the lead of the race briefly. Ultimately, Norris prevailed with Antonelli in second, his best F1 finish to date. Verstappen completed the podium in third. Norris now holds a 24-point lead over his teammate, with Max Verstappen another 24 points behind Piastri. And Friday, ESPN and YouTube TV announced that they reached an agreement to return Disney-owned channels like ABC, ESPN, and FX to subscribers of the streaming TV service. College football fans breathed a collective sigh of relief on social media. And in college football, undefeated number 3 Texas A&M trailed 30-3 at halftime before scoring 28 unanswered second-half points to beat South Carolina 31-30. A&M sits on top of the SEC at 10-0. Indiana leads the Big Ten at 11-0 after yesterday's 31-7 win over Wisconsin. Ohio State is the only other undefeated team in the FBS. Unranked Navy took down South Florida 41-38 yesterday, and number 4 Alabama fell to 11th ranked Oklahoma 23-21. 5th ranked Georgia handled Arch Manning in Texas, winning 35-10. And like it or not, that's what happened. I'm Rich Stevens, and this has been The Cold Take.